Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. I got another message for you. So you're watching Ricky Speaks. I got a good message for you this week, and what I want to say to you kind of goes along with one of my past videos about the struggle being real. So this week I want to narrow in on a struggle that I've had that I sometimes it kind of creeps up on me, but I think that you guys, y'all in the internet world, the friends and family I had, and maybe people I don't know, I know that everyone deals with this to an extent. Codependence, independence, interdependence, right? We're always trying to figure out how to be independent, and some of us out here in the world are codependent. And then, we have to learn to be interdependent, right? So, I am going to tell you guys exactly like what that looks like for me being in a wheelchair and being a man that deals with these types of things. So um, I'm going to start off with telling you about independence, right? So being in a wheelchair, independence is like a big thing, a big deal for people in my situation. We're always wanting to be able to do things on our own, figure out how to manage and navigate through life without, always being reliant on other people. Not that relying on other people is a bad thing, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. So hold on. But then there's also this thing with codependence. That's where, you may have grown up in a household where it's very unhealthy and you learn some bad habits and traits like that where you're learning to be very dependent on people in an unhealthy way. And that, my friends, is one of those things that I've learned that I've had to deal with the struggle of being codependent. Understanding that if someone is upset or I said something wrong, that, I've always had this fear of them not helping me as I've needed help. And that might look like maybe I need help with, oh shoot, um, getting my clothes out of my dresser or out of the closet. It's like this internal struggle that I personally have had to overcome and deal with. A lot of that can come through counseling, being around people who have also struggled with codependence. Um, but that's really the side effect. Everyone's a little different, and they've experienced codependence in different ways. So it would be so broad for me to narrow in on all reasonings for codependence. But I will say that that is a struggle that I've had to live past, and sometimes it's something that I still struggle with. Um, but here's the thing: I'm always looking to be independent. Like you're kind of wondering, okay, so Ricky, you're talking about codependence where you're depending on people like just very unhealthily, right? If that's even a word, unhealthily. I made that up. I don't know. Anyway, where I'm trying to depend on people a lot. But then, there's this sense where I'm trying to be independent, where I can do things on my own, where I can figure life out and be just the average person where, I may not always need help. So that's one thing that I'm always striving for. But here's something really cool. I'm going to get to this now. It's called interdependence or a healthy dependence, maybe. That's how I understand it anyway. So where God always works in my life is if someone wants to help me and do something kind, it's a struggle when I know I can do something on my own to be like, okay, all right, I can accept this help, and I cannot let this person to help me, let them help me. Um, there was once someone who said to me, Ricky, you shouldn't always try to stop people from helping you because you're stealing their blessing. So it put me in a different perspective. With that new perspective, I'm more open minded to letting people help me out. Even if I know I can do something, I'm still very open to letting them help me. I'm also always on guard as far as not being helped too much because then you just get lazy. Yeah, so I'm not really sure where you are, where you fall with being super codependent or really, really independent. But understand that God created us to be together. We're people that need each other. And there's always going to be someone who needs help with something. So I want to just say to you, like, it's okay to be a little independent or a little codependent. That's just the way that God created us to be. So I want to encourage you with that message today. Thank you. You're watching Ricky Speaks Life.